All right, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, it is 8 o'clock, and it is the beginning of our scheduled live hangouts. The video that's supposed to be uploaded earlier today is actually in YouTube, still being uploaded to YouTube because it's taken for fucking ever. But I wanted to keep to my schedule, even though you guys don't even know it right now. It's still out there, so that video will be up, and you guys will hear the entire schedule. So I just want to make sure that we were sticking to it, and I will put the link out in the comment section on YouTube. What up, Sergeant Chill? How you doing, brother? Here's a link. Boom. I wanted to keep up too. I want to keep to my my schedule or whatever. What up, Rafael? How you doing, buddy? Still waiting for my video to come out. What up, Sergeant Chill? How you doing, brother?
Good, good. How's the sound coming through?
Sounds coming through good, man.
Okay, because I'm trying another little thing with an earpiece and microphone.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
How's it sound to you?
It sounds pretty good. You know, I just have one earbud in, but that's all I need, you know.
All right, perfect.
That's how I fucking roll.
So I got a video uploading right now.
Awesome.
I had to add to it because we saw that other video today, and so I want to add that into it. So that actually took a little bit longer, and then so it's actually still being uploaded to YouTube, but I'll just go ahead and tell you guys what the schedule is. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start broadcasting live every day, once at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then once at 8 o'clock at night. And then yeah, and I'm going to and I'm going to have them scheduled, like already set, like pre-scheduled and set up. And if there's something that's going to happen, or you know something's going to affect it, then I will just put out a notification for that, you know, whatever that issue may be or whatever. So if some times change, then I'll just, you know, change the schedule for that particular day or whatever. So go ahead.
I was going to say today, after our cast that we did earlier, I did research. I looked at some stats, and according to Social Blade, your subs have been up 13.7% in the last 30 days. Picked up 9 subs alone just from this afternoon's freaking stream. 143 over the last 7 days. That's awesome, man. That's
yeah, dude.
It's really good news, man. That's really
exactly.
good news.
Yeah, I'm digging it, and I think and I was actually looking at the stats, and I found that we actually have more viewers and for a longer period of time at 11 o'clock in the morning than at any other time, dude. You know, and so that is like that is like the premier time. But I think 8 o'clock at night also works good for a lot of other people because they're off of work and they're chilling and whatnot and stuff. So I'm like, you know, how do I decide which day to do it, what time? I'm like, you know what, fuck it, dude. I'll just do it, you know, once. I'll just do it twice every day, and I'll just schedule it for like an hour each time. But if it goes over, well, then it goes over. You
exactly.
know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly. So you know,
it's on the flow.
Exactly. Just make it fucking simple like that, you know. And
wasn't the we had the other day, like the longest one? It was like 3 hours and 40 something minutes, 41 minutes or something like that. 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, you know, sometimes they get carried away with them when I let them go a little too long, dude. But back in the day when we were doing, dude, we used to do it for like fucking 5-6 hours sometimes, dude. Like we were doing so fucking long, it was crazy, bud.
Oh, that's nuts. That's nuts.
All right. What up, Sean? How you doing, buddy? What up, Snooch? Doing good, brother? Yeah,
so what have you been up to this afternoon?
Fucking just working on the UFO videos. And I added some like I added that one we saw earlier that we put in earlier. I added that to the actual post. And so I had to like re-edit, redo everything. So, you know, just fucking it just takes forever, man. What up, Face Like a Bum? How you doing, Skin Man? Doing good?
Hey, I was gonna say in the title you're talking about ancient aliens. As usual, you try to start off that way anyway, right? But
Always, man.
real quick, what's your view? Because I don't know if I've ever talked about this with you on the Dropa stones or Dropa discs. You
The
know what I'm
Joker
talking?
Stones?
Yeah, those discs that are apparently like found in China from beings that survived the crash of a UFO, and apparently these guys are the guys who made these Dropa stones. They resemble like a disc, they look like a fucking frisbee made out of stone or clay or what have you, but they have grooving on them as if it was like an LP, like a record or something.
Well, so
Uh,
these discs, the guy who discovered them, they also had some kind of weird writing on them. Now, the
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
um,
Yeah.
they took it to
Oh,
his professor who studied them for years and said that he deciphered the language, and that's the story that he came up with. That there was these alien spacecraft and everything, which tells me it's fucking bullshit. The guy, it's like fucking. If you don't have something else to go off of, how are you gonna fucking decipher? That doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. You
what
know?
about that disc? What about that disc they found in ancient Sumerian, similar to that of the Dropa stone? I'm not 100% sure if it was Sumerian, ancient Sumerian, but it was some ancient text anyway. But it portrayed an asteroid impact that went and clipped off a mountain and fucking, like, you know what I mean, like it just skirted across the fucking atmosphere and across the land, hitting a mountain and everything. But it coincides with the time given for Sodom and Gomorrah. So in, Sodom and Gomorrah, everybody got burnt to ash, you know what I mean? So they're
Yeah,
saying maybe it was from the radiant heat of this asteroid impact coming in. This thing came in and buzzed, at, several thousand feet before impacting the side of a mountain and going off, clipping the side of a mountain. So, and it was right in that area. And there's like, apparently the scientific research backs that thesis because of findings, with in accordance with the impact and the angle, and at the scene, there's the physical proof of it. You know what I mean? There's trace evidence of that impact and such, and they link it to the Sodom and Gomorrah story that's given in I guess the Bible says it. I'm not sure, but
yeah. It's the Bible that says it. I just I'm not exactly sure what like carving or object you're talking about that depicts that. I mean, I know they have the ancient Sumerian star map that which is real, um, which is really cool looking, which reminds me of the disc that we put on our spaceship on the Voyager, that Carl Sagan designed. It's funny how similar they look, man.
yeah,
What's going on, Daniel? How you doing, buddy? Um, Face like a bum, doing good. Uh,
that's a good.
I think that's really cool. Speaking of the Bible, I think there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that has to do with like if you look at it with the eyes of an ancient alien, theorist, or an ancient astronaut theorist, it really seems to make a lot more sense than it does if you look at it through the eyes of someone with just faith, like stuff like uh Ezekiel's wheel and Jacob's ladder and shit like that. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy shit, man.
So
Uh,
basically, like certain stories that were given in the Bible were like their interpretation of like a close encounter or a sighting or some
yeah,
UFO type experience or
yeah.
something.
Like I think a lot of it is a misinterpreted possible
Sure.
UFO sighting.
And
Um,
the only way they knew how to describe it too, probably, you know what I mean? They didn't probably have the language that would like say a spacecraft. They probably didn't even have the word space. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's where the whole chariots of the gods come into play.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
and I think Von Daniken really got it right. Well, with his theory and shit like that. That they what they were describing was in fact ancient aliens. What up, Grant Allen? Doing good? What up, Smooth Virus? Get your ass on here, dude. Um, it looks like he just shot me an email. All right, cool, man. Yeah, I was hoping you would fucking get a hold of me soon, dude, so we can get this set this show up and everything, man. Um, but I think like so, like Jacob's ladder. All right, I just want to throw this out here. Now, I think that Jacob's ladder has what up? Politics always cause arguments, but appreciate the response. Oh yeah, yeah, no problem, Daniel. The I think Jacob's ladder in particular, I think it's interesting because okay, so you hear stories. Cool, we'll get you guys on here, man. Um, good virus. You hear stories of people like will encounter a UFO and a beam of light will shoot down from the craft and suck them up or whatever. Okay. And so I think that it's interesting that the parallels between that and Jacob's ladder, which is a ladder of light that was going to heaven, and angels were ascending and descending up and down this ladder. And to me, in my mind, it seems like, is that a way to make? He said it's 11:11. Make a wish. It's a way. What up, Cyrus? How you doing, buddy?
Signing on from Washington, D.C.
What's up?
It seems like a depiction of what an alien might, or how we see these crafts today shooting down beams of light, and sometimes picking people up or taking them away or whatever. And that it seems like they both have these same exact parallels. And so it's, I would correlate that and say that is what, the Jacob's ladder was, Well, interesting about the Bible and that story in particular is that Jacob actually wrestled God. You guys know that? For fucking all night, really. Him and God, who was a shadow, he wrestled with him and fought with God like all night until eventually defeating him in the morning, which I think is kind of weird. It's like, does that make sense that he was wrestling with God? Like, do you think that you could wrestle with God, or possibly something else?
Maybe it was a little embellishment, but it goes without saying, really, though, if you're talking about like contact or abduction experiences being relayed in the Bible that way, it goes without saying, if there's like abductions now and such, they've probably been going on throughout history.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think it's a trend that just started with Betty and Barney Hill. It was, this thing's probably, this phenomenon has been probably going on for as long as we've been around, if not longer, with other species and other types of, life forms, if you will.
Think about that, like the what is it? Not the Jacob's ladder, but oh god, I just had it.
Ezekiel's wheel?
No, not Ezekiel's wheel. Oh wait, yeah, no, it is Jacob's ladder. I'm talking about like a story from the Bible that also I think would correlate with that same thing. Would be that would come actually not from the Old Testament, but from the New Testament though, with the three wise men and following the star, and then the star takes them to Bethlehem, where it shines down a beam of light, and that's where the baby Jesus is born or whatever. I could see that also being a Jacob's ladder or a UFO encounter doing whatnot, shooting these beams of light down, and you have stories like Bentwaters where they shoot a beam of light down at their feet, and so it's just like there's just a lot of correlations there. Let's make it seem like it's the same thing. Smooth Virus, what are your thoughts?
Just kind of listening. What's the? I'm not familiar with the Jacob's ladder thing. What's that all about?
It's a story from the Bible. All right, and where Jacob is he wrestles with God all night, and then he sees a ladder to heaven, which is a ladder made of light to heaven, which he sees angels ascending and descending. And then I make the connection saying that it's more like how we see in modern today with the UFOs shooting down beams of light towards people, and like sometimes picking people up and sucking them into the craft, you know, and that's something that, you know, that they misinterpreted as, angels, when it was possibly extraterrestrials going down these beams of light or something like that, you know. That, you know, there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that you could see today that has a lot of relation with modern ufology.
I see where you're going. Or even what Jacques Vallée is always on about the ultra terrestrials who
touched on that earlier today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, Jacques Vallée's theory was very interesting.
Say it again.
Yeah.
No, Jacques Vallée, his theory and his take on the whole phenomenon was it's really interesting. You know, it really dives deep into the psyche. Really, you know, is it a common? You know, why is it a thing experienced shared amongst the population in general, like not directly one typical demographic. You know, age usually isn't a relevant factor. You know, sex isn't a relevant factor. You know, there's really no pattern, if you will. You know,
I used to think when I was a kid that angels were in fact aliens. You know, and I used to think that before I ever heard of chariots of the gods or anything like that. When I was around like 11 or 12, I used to, you know, talk about that shit with my friend, with my best friend. And like, you know, is it possible that people are taking what angels are, and in fact they're just aliens, you know, and they just didn't have it's not that they didn't have a term for them. They did have a term for them. It was angel, you know.
no, that makes complete sense.
I think Strieber touched on that quite a bit. There's a whole chapter of communion devoted to that hypothesis, if you will.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Go ahead.
Well, the whole descriptions of angels, but also fairies, the fairy stories from Europe, the jinn from the Middle East, although I would say the jinn more closely resemble sort of Vallée's ideas about ultra-terrestrials and a hidden race of beings that aren't extraterrestrial but have been controlling our evolution for a long time and might be in some kind of a side universe.
So these jinn, what Cyrus is talking about here is that the jinn, in fact, you know, in our terms, literally they're talking about genies, all right? And so now I think this is interesting. You know, a genie comes from a lamp, you know, and they see like a genie would come out and into a lamp or whatever. Now, if you take the story of the Zimbabwe UFO incident at the school, you guys remember that? I did a video on that one time ago.
I'm familiar with it, yeah.
Okay, so that case, there's one particular part that's interesting, and that is how the aliens got back into the craft. All right, and how did they get back into the craft? They flew up around the craft and flew inside of it head first. You know, where they got stuck back in. And I was like, if you look at that, is that the same as what they would call a jinn? You know, and that these jinn are, you know, going and floating back up and flying into their lamp, their magic lamp, which is just a UFO. And you get what I'm saying? You see the comparisons there?
Yeah,
The same thing was reported for Rendlesham Forest, Kyle.
Yeah, you know, exactly. Yeah. Rendlesham Forest. And also there was a case in France in the 1960s of a boy and a girl seeing some extraterrestrials who flew around a big sphere of light, who actually flew up into the sphere of light and flew inside of it head first. You know, so I mean and it's funny that, you know, it was kids who mentioned that both times, and it seems odd that they would make something like that up. Like, you think a kid, if they were going to make it up, would say, "Oh, a ladder came out and they crawled with the ladder or something." You know, instead they're like, no, they flew up around the craft to the very top of it and then flew in head first. You know, that doesn't make sense to, you know, for someone to make up a lie like that, you know?
That's really interesting. I didn't know that about that incident.
Yeah, exactly. It's a you know, it's a part that, you know, if you watch a bunch of different things on it, eventually you'll come across it. Yeah, it's not one that like sticks out in particular, but it does have a part of it.
It's not a commonly known fact, you mean?
Yeah, correct. You know, but it's definitely true. Our friend John is saying, my Turkish buddy said it was a giant butterfly Mothra jinn that attacked him and his uncle in their herd. Well, I mean, that's fucking interesting, but he's a giant butterfly.
Giant butterfly?
Shit, all right, I guess, maybe.
Wow. That sounds like a good story.
Yeah, you know.
Was that after 1 or 2? Fuck.
Yeah, right. Well, he was Turkish, so, you know, motherfucking Turkey, dude. You know, you can't fucking, what are you gonna do about that?
You know what's really cool? What's
What?
really cool about the biblical or the religious histories and these modern descriptions is that they're pretty much the same, like Kyle said. When they describe these in the biblical.
Say it again, Tom.
You guys. Oh, I was just saying, when they describe these things in biblical stories, they always describe sort of like some kind of an object that they're familiar with, a lamp, a chariot, something like that, and then some light, a light coming out of it, and the being is inside the light, and then that either comes down or floats around. And when you watch the witness testimony, the guys from Bentwaters try to describe what they saw, they end up describing the same thing, except the only thing is, instead of using chariot or lamp, they use what they're familiar with, which is craft, some kind of craft. But other than that, the description of what happens when the beings come out of the craft is identical to biblical and other religious stories from history. It's identical. They describe the same thing, which is cool. It's interesting.
Exactly. It really is, you know. What we got here? So what if all ancient underground cities were laboratories like today? There must have been a lot of leftover entities. Well, I mean, you know, that's that's more like you know, a what if is a, you know, what can I say? You know, it's just a what if. You know, but I mean, speaking of those underground cities, you know, and I mean like the real underground cities that, you know, exist in Turkey. You know, like all the cities in Cappadocia and like Derinkuyu and shit like that. I mean, now that's fucking nuts, dude. You know, what those guys were able to do. You know, and it blows my mind that, I mean, it goes down 13 stories, man. All right, so 13 stories underground. And I mean, they could hold over 20,000 people. It's got fucking 15,000 individual air vents. All right, that go to the entire city underground, and some of these air vents they bring air to the lowest chamber, you know, in the underground, you know, 130 feet underground, and it fucking the shafts are literally like a couple inches around, and they, you know, and they twist and go in all kinds of. I'm just saying, how the fuck did they drill that, you know?
What was the true purpose of it? You know, they have it set up where they could defend easily from invaders, you know, those rolling doors and stuff like that. But
you know?
they also, you know, they put that time period in and around the time frame of Göbekli Tepe almost. You know, what cataclysm, you know, like, and with that, you know, asteroid war.
Actually, they don't put the academics don't put Derinkuyu around the same time as Göbekli Tepe. They put Derinkuyu around 1500 BCE. All right, and which is I mean, still it's fucking amazing, you know. Kyle, I'm trying to go live with your iPad. Please post the link again. Yes, sir. Finally, dude.
There we go.
Boom. Get your ass on here, Steve-O. Shit, man. So, where was I? I'm fucking smoking weed. Sorry, guys.
No, you were putting out the age of underground.
Oh, Darren, yeah, Darren Kuyu and like Cappadocia and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they're so. Yeah, but the truth is, you know, that's where they put their age. But the truth is, they don't fucking even. And it was me. They have no idea. And you know, and it's like it's interesting, and the people still live there today. They still live in the rock, like the cave houses and shit, dude. They still fucking live in there, you know. But these, I mean, like the work that it must have taken to dig out Göbekli Tepe, and like some of their booby traps were really ingenious. They would have giant entire rooms, and they'd have those big rolling doors that are only open for one side, and they would have a tunnel that goes above the rooms, all right? So they could go back and forth, and they would wait for an army to like fill into one room, and then they'd shut the fucking doors on both sides and trap the army in there and let them starve to death, dude. Just fuck with them, dude. They had little holes drilled through the tops of the tunnels. So when the men were going through the tunnels, they would be on top of them, waiting for them, and then they would fucking stab them from the top, dude. Like, they were fucking clever, dude. You know, they were real fucking smart about their shit. And of course, you know, they're gonna be clever because look at the shit that they could accomplish. I mean, that's, you know, that's like that's up there with the pyramids. You know, like Darren Kuyu. I mean, what light did they use? They were sitting down there with a torch or a candle, fucking chiseling that fucking thing out, man. I mean, that's fucking insanity, dude.
That's crazy, man.
Hey, did you see? There's a guy recently in the States who recently figured out how you can move like really heavy, like 20,000 pound rocks with just
leverage.
Leverage and pulleys and wood and just basically one dude, and he showed how it could be done. So,
but even with that technique, it would have taken like 100 fucking years to build anything back then.
It would take a long time.
He was supposed to build a little mock-up of Stonehenge, and you know, I've tried to look it up, and I'm like, I don't see anything about him ever succeeding in that, dude.
No, I think he only proved the concept. But that's about as far as he.
But it was pretty clever. Like he was like moving stuff on a pebble. He would put a pebble down and then put the thing on a board on top of the pebble and just like spin it around and shit, dude. Like fucking, you know, it was pretty fucking clever, dude.
Well, they learned that the Moai on Easter Island, they were stood up erect and they were walked like a penguin. They with the ropes at the top and everything. And
I seen that. They made them walk, you know. But when you look at Easter Island, you know, that's a volcanic land, you know. I mean, like fucking, you know, that thing would have been tumbling down the fucking mountain if you tried that shit, dude. I saw their experiment. They did it with a really small one. But like, you know, you take a big one, and it's not like they had any roads or anything, you know. I mean, like fucking that place is all fucked up, dude. I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, that's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy.
Coral,
you know, would spend all that time creating those damn moai, you know, and you know, I mean, the only thing I can think of that would satisfy academia in my answer to why, or my belief maybe possibly why they like species or, you know, civilizations would create monolithic structures is basically a way of showing your strength, you know. So that's like important, and it's like a big deal to, you know, to be strong. Who's the strongest? You know, I'm strong, you know, because guys love other strong guys, you know, fucking, and it's like that's what it's all about, strength. So when you build a temple that's impossibly hard, it shows how fucking strong your people are, you know. And they don't have to be physically strong; they just have to be mentally strong. And when they do that, it kind of it symbolizes, you know, what kind of power your civilization possesses, you know. And so. You get what I'm saying? How we build like fucking amazing weapons now to kill each other. Well, it's kind of like the same thing, that, you know, the same reason to show how awesome we are. But, you know, fucking they would compete with each other and just so these guys made giant fucking stone heads or these guys lifted like a trillathon at Bailback, and these guys dug out Darren Kuyu, and these guys dug out Petra. And it's just a way to fucking show how fucking awesome you are, you know?
Plus, complex urban societies, they need to rally around something or else they collapse into anarchy. They need they need something to do as a society, or else they don't stay together. Yeah.
The pyramids are interesting though, because they had so much information trapped inside them. You know, the speed of light, you know, the orientation, pi, the golden ratio, the, you know, all of this stuff integrated. It also had precision.
Sorry about that.
You know, the 70s.
Yeah, I agree with you. Had all that stuff.
Like they're sending like a message that'll last through time. You know that will, and you know, like it can. What it's transmitting is just as valuable now, or just as available to obtain now.
What up, buddy?
5,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 8,000,
You're on
whatever.
the different hangouts, man.
It's almost like they went with numbers that they knew were important, but they didn't really fully understand their purpose, because a lot of those ratios and numbers are encoded in the dimensions of the pyramid itself, but they don't see their purpose. So it kind of makes me think of Graham Hancock's theory that some previous civilization left some knowledge behind, and then what was left of society started to try to rebuild based on that knowledge, but it was obviously incomplete.
All right, Tom, hang on a second, man.
Probably many times.
Snooch, I'm trying to get Snooch on here. Hang on one second. Okay, so Snooch, here, man. I'm gonna pass you the link, and you have to call this one, or just click onto this. I just put it in the message. I'm sending it right now. So it just popped up. Yep, just keep it. Yep. All right, buddy. See you in a second.
Yeah, so I think, you know, and even the fact that it took in the measurements and the dimensions of the planet, man, how many thousands of years before people even thought it was round or had the concept of having a round planet. You know, that's crazy.
So Daniel is saying, I think that they moved a rock that was over 1,000 tons in Russia before modern equipment. People could do it where they put their mind to. Now that's absolutely true. You're talking about the Thunderstone in Russia, and you know, they actually had kind of modern equipment where you know, they had chains and auctions and fucking, you know, they had iron and all kinds of shit. It was moved in like the 1700s. But they had a cool way of doing it, you know, and they set it on these tracks and they rolled it on these giant like ball bearings and shit, dude. It's fucking nuts, man. You know. Yeah, I think the stones at Bailback would have been fucking impossible, dude. Yeah, dude. I mean, those things, you know, because not only were they moved, you know, but they were lifted like 25 feet in the air, man. And like our biggest crane, and you know, couldn't lift these fucking weights, man. You know, like it's fucking, they're simply way too much. They might be able to get them a couple feet off the ground, but that's probably it, man.
To maneuver the position's a whole different ball game.
You know, like, I mean, that's so difficult. You know what else I think is difficult? Like, not Abu Wash. Is it the Arbusu temple? Is it the Arbusu? I forget which temple it is. One of the Egyptian temples of Ramsey and shit. They were going to flood this place in Egypt, and that fucking that tomb or whatever was going to get flooded, and so they came together and they actually cut it all apart and fucking moved it. All right.
And rebuilt the mountain behind it to put it back like it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and they put it right fucking like it was. But what's interesting is that it took like, I think it was something like 65 different countries put in money and effort and shit into doing this and helped pay for this, you know, like 65 different countries. And with modern machines, it took them 5 years to fucking do that, dude. Like it was so fucking difficult, and it took them so fucking long. And that's just to cut it up and move it, dude. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big project. That was a huge project.
You
Well,
know?
I watched this one documentary on the
Fucking, that's just one
pyramids,
thing.
man.
Look how many things they had.
Like the pyramid code, they said there was this one open pit they had in France, and it took them, I think it was 15 years to fill it, and that's just dumping rock, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
like the estimate of 20 years by mainstream Egyptologists is just it's crazy. You know, like I don't know.
Did anyone hear about the weird shit that happened
They
in the
needed
UK?
most of their manpower to 9 months out of the year, man.
Yeah, I've heard about weird shit. And something to say about it too.
Where the fuck is
Let me tell you.
Snapchat, dude? Steve-O, where you at, buddy?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
So
the
sky in the sun went red over London today. Everyone thinks it's again because of Planet X or Nibiru, but it's I don't understand why they don't just look up the reason. It's because of Hurricane Ophelia. It whips up dust from northern Africa.
It's fog.
Yeah.
Look,
John. Yeah, it's Headwork saying it's just sand from the Sahara, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If all you do is Nibiru channels, then of course
exactly.
you think, oh my God, the sky was from London. But if you just look up anything else, it'll tell you. It'll tell you.
Chicken Little, man. The sky is falling.
It tells you why it's red.
No problems, dude. And like I said, dude, I've said it a million times. The first time you do Hangouts, it's fucking tough for anyone to figure out, man. And it took us a while to figure out how to run it to get it like it is now, dude. Like it took us a long time. So just getting on the bitch can fucking be a pain in the ass, man. Let's see here. I'll post the link again. iPad, laptop, phone. Either way, any one of those, dude. Do your phone, man. That'll probably be the easiest, man.
Dude, I'm logged in on a laptop and 2 phones right now.
Yeah, dude, it's easy, man. So you know you're on. You just take your phone. You're on YouTube. You go to the comment section. You look for a link. You just click the link, and you should have Hangouts on your phone already if you have a Google phone. If you have an Android.
Yeah, it's pretty much click next, accept, go.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if
there's a little checkbox you have to hit at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. I'm so tired of
to accept the terms and conditions.
That's
What's
so
up?
we'll end up with 100 million lawsuits in 10 years.
Yeah, because Kyle swears too much.
Yeah, no problems, Mitch. iPhone. All right, so yeah, fucking iPhone sucks, dude. Fucking Apple's terrible, man.
It failed during the iPhone. 10 failed fucking for its fucking launch.
It should be for the next. It should be like basically the same thing on the iPhone. Just clicking the link, right?
Yeah.
But if I were you, I would just go on your laptop.
Just
since you got an iPhone.
Well, hey, first of all, check if he has the app on his phone. It is an iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone. You have to go and download the app from the App Store.
Because that's an Android like originally fucking platform.
Yeah, exactly.
check to make sure that your device has power and that it's turned on.
Yeah, that helps a lot too.
That's the first troubleshooting step.
And stand on one leg, extend your left arm at about 45 degrees.
Yeah. Now recite the alphabet backwards, you fucker. I want a full review of that new phone you're getting. Yeah, right? I'll fucking give it to you too, man. Because it'll fucking rock, man.
I tried to give that.
Android's the only way to go, man. Fuck iOS is fucking ridiculous, dude.
Oh, I don't like Apple, man. Like,
fuck no, dude.
I have one That's we don't have a. Well, we actually do have a PC.
Do the make sure you do go and install Hangouts, you know, and then come and get on here, man. Like just go to the app stores, dude. Download it and
Who's in here right now?
You know, you should be able to jump in. No problem.
Sean's in here. Sean's in here too. I didn't even know Sean was in here. Where's the WikiLeaks dump, Sean?
Oh,
you promised it. You said it was coming today. I waited all day, and it's 11:40 p.m.
He fell for some fake ass fucking bullshit like Pizzagate, motherfucker. And he's like, "Oh yeah, and the fucking WikiLeaks dump is today, man. Yeah." Fucking failed, miserable, dude. Hey, no one can hear you, Sean. You're on fucking mute, dude. You know no one heard fucking words you just said, right? You had the best comeback ever, and no one fucking heard it because you got your shit on mute. Oh yeah, I drive my plan. I'm actually smoking some of the fucking bud right now, man. You know. I don't know if you can see it. Man,
Las Vegas security guard has disappeared without a trace.
You hit some of that proof?
Yeah.
The guy's been missing for days now.
Yeah, and not only that, but the people that were with him last said he was eager. He was eager and excited to tell it because he wanted to clear up what really happened, and then he disappeared.
Not good.
That's. See, I resist when I look at these stories. I resist as much as I can, but this one is getting really weird. This is really, it's getting weird. I have to find about the weirdness of this.
Damn fucking camera sucks.
It's beyond.
I can't get it to focus. It's pretty nice, man.
It's like one of the weirdest things that ever happened in the history of the United States.
Hey, Kyle.
What up, buddy?
What, choose a piece of equipment to improve your top 3 pieces of equipment to improve your channel.
So say it again.
He needs a computer.
What would be your top 3 items that you need for your channel, like improvement-wise, like upgrades? What would you, if you had a choice of 3 upgrades to make, what would the top 3 be?
Oh God.
He needs a video card.
A fucking processor, something that fucking processes good. I think I don't think I could even get a fucking, I think I got the fucking best fucking camera, dude. So I couldn't upgrade there. I think my mic's pretty good. It's just really my fucking computer.
I think you need something that'll let you host. You need something that'll let you host the chat like this better. I think you need more processing power.
Yeah, dude. I have fucking
more bandwidth.
Don't they have a podcast system?
You know, I should have done it on my gateway now because I figured something out, and now my gateway runs at like fucking 2.9 gigahertz, dude, instead of which runs at like fucking 2.3, you know.
But like a podcaster or something, man, like, you know, something similar to somebody like what, not at the level probably, but like something like what Joe Rogan does. You know, he's able to stream live on YouTube, you know, blah blah blah, you know, go to multiple cameras.
Oh yeah.
And such.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I can do that. I can run them through my encoder and shit, dude. You know, fucking. But the pain in the ass getting other people on. You know, Hangouts is the easiest way to get people on, and then to do stuff with is a lot easier than it is using the encoder. You know, it's most people use the encoder don't usually have people on live with them. You know, it's fucking it's a pain in the butt, dude.
What would be your top 3 picks if you for equipment?
The computer, man, full computer.
Yeah, whole fucking computer, dude. That'd be it, dude. I fucking there's this one.
Motherboard.
Like what, a laptop or what?
No.
November 5th, 1983 was the last time I tried to smoke. How the fuck do you know that day, dude? what fucking, why was it November 5th? He knew the day. He's like, dude, November 5th, 1983, dude. That was the last time I tried to smoke, dude. I saw a fucking donkey murder somebody, and I'll fucking never forget it, dude.
I was going to say the last time I smoked anything like that would have been the early 90s, and hell if I can remember what day it was.
Dude, he remembered fucking date and everything. Stu says Kyle's getting 32 gigs of RAM, a 1 terabyte SSD, and an i7 7700. Fucking, this sounds bad as shit. I don't know what it is, but it sounds fucking awesome.
We need to get you an MSI laptop there, Kyle.
You've got a pornographic memory. That's fucking funny, dude.
You're talking about like you need a new tower.
Look at Sean's fucking shit. It's frozen, dude. With his mouth wide open, it looks hilarious. Oh, there it goes. He lost it.
So what are you talking like a? You're not talking about a laptop. You're talking about like a tower.
Yeah, I need the tower.
What?
Star Trek's Discovery sucks.
I haven't seen it, man.
That just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to start shit.
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to start shit with people who like that news. You know what? In last night's episode, they taught the giant space dog that he had discovered in space how to eat mushroom spores, so that the Starship Discovery could teleport Harry Potter style to any part of the galaxy, and but it became an animal rights issue. So the crew members, so they could the Harry Potter port key, so they could teleport anywhere in the galaxy. It's really bad. It
sounds like
really bad.
It sounds like the infinite improbability drive from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I'm not happy.
We can't join Hangouts with the fuck.
Yeah, it is. It is. They even say that. They say we need something to control it because it's so improbable. We don't know where we'll end up.
Oh no!
They literally say that. So they had to get the space dog. So they found the space dog and spaced it. Yeah. Yeah.
That was fucking funny, dude. That's sick, man. Fuck, dude. Yeah. So what were we talking about? Fucking ancient aliens, man. How we got into space dog, I don't know.
Ancient aliens. The problem with ancient aliens is it's so hard to talk about without, like, people, all you can really do is speculate on it, but so many people take advantage of that subject matter to create bullshit movement
right?
And stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, that's my problem with it.
I agree. Yeah, you know. What the fuck is that? You got noise coming from?
Little baby. I hear a little baby.
Hey. What up, buddy? Oh.
That's my favorite song.
Again.
By the way, NASA is very real. I have been to a shuttle launch.
See?
NASA is real.
This is a separate.
You know what? I think.
What up, buddy?
I think NASA's actually run.
You're on the wrong Hangouts, though. Yeah, I can hear you.
I do. I think there's the conspiracy.
What's going on, brother?
Do it look like a bow?
What up? Jump on the other Hangouts with us. No, you're on this with me, dude. It's just with me. I mean, I'm on. Look, I'm on the fucking live, man.
Yes, I believe that NASA went to the moon.
You're joining us via phone, dude. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Fucking NASA went to the moon, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
of course.
What's
They-
going on?
All right, cool.
Look at this
What?
costume.
All right, then now he's coming, man. All right. He's figured it out, dude. He figured out how to call me, so he can fucking call. Just call this now.
Peter the Pumpkin Eater.
Who is that in the background?
You get that? I like that.
Who? Where's all that noise coming from?
Yeah, I hear a woman talking to a small child.
The ant comes.
Trying to start a new one.
I believe it might be the new person who just joined.
Hey, brother. Yeah, there you go.
You,
Yeah, you got to get away from the TV and stuff, dude, because we can all hear it, man. We're like, what the fuck are you watching, man? Or whatever you're listening to. Some chick talking some shit.
you get to the Van Allen belts by going very fast. That's how you get to the Van Allen belt.
Oh, yeah, you go. Well, who's saying this shit, dude?
There's a bunch of flat Earth stuff going on in the chat.
We can't
But
get
NASA is fake.
How did we get? It's easy to get through the Van Allen belt, man. I mean,
Go fast.
Go fast, block the radiation. As long as you don't sit in it, dude, it's gonna cook you alive instantly, man. It took them no time to get through it, dude. You know, they were totally fine.
No, man, I'm telling you.
There's so much background.
I hate that never a straight answer. Fucking god dang it, dude. Yeah, man. Fucking the people at NASA are cool, dude. You know, like fucking, they're like fucking smart guys. They know,
I think the piece is run by the government. I think the government runs it.
Well, the government does run it. It's a government agency.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like, it's like heavily involved.
There's a hilarious Onion video. You should check out this Onion video.
That's classic.
About a guy who's like, he thinks the NASA is really run by the government. He's got this whole conspiracy wall.
Yeah, go real fast through it. No, that's the truth, man. Smart guys, haha, it's corrupt. It's a bunch of academics. How fucking corrupt could they be, man?
They're corrupting our minds with Kerbal Space Program.
Right? I mean, jeez, dude.
That's great.
Hey, Anthony, if your phone's not on mute, can you put it on mute so we can hear everything in the background?
Yeah, brother, we can like hear your TV, boss. You probably can't.
They have to answer to Congress every year, dude. They have to justify their entire budget to Congress once a year.
Absolutely, man. How do you think they get paid? It's the Congress gives them the money, dude. We pay them. We give them the money, you know?
And trust me, they use every cent of it.
But they need more.
It all goes to the General Accounting Office.
You know?
Oh yeah, if not, they won't get that or more the next time. They got to justify the increases. They got to use it.
I don't know if I've told this story in the Google Hangout before, but I love all these people that are like, NASA is all fake and the Earth is flat, because this is like in the mid 1990s. I had a 486 computer and I did a calculation of the orbit of Mir, and the space shuttle was trying to catch up to Mir to dock with it. So I figured out when Mir and the space shuttle would be visible over Northern Virginia, and I walked out into the parking lot of my apartment building to watch it go overhead. And of course, it showed up exactly when it said it would be and exactly where it said it would be. And I watched them both go completely straight over my head from horizon to horizon. And they're like, well, they faked those with airplanes. I'm like, okay, they would have had to specifically know that I was going to be watching for that space station from Northern Virginia and specifically launch a plane just for me to watch it go overhead. I'm like, come on, man. Really?
Well, here they got their eye on you, dude. Fuck,
yeah.
That's that big budget right there.
Dude, Eratosthenes calculated the curve in the 3rd century BC.
Right? Yeah, it can be measured, and there is a measurement out there.
It was measured.
What don't you understand about math, man? Math isn't a conspiracy. It's a fucking fact, all right? And if you can't deal with that, dude, if you cannot understand the simplicities of 2 + 2 = 4, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Gravity, dude! I'm not upside down. I'm not upside down. I'm in Australia. It's gravity, dude! Gravity!
But isn't math a human condition, a human abstract.
Math is the tool of the devil, all right? Fucking shit, dude.
Oh, he's getting mad. Don't be mad, bro.
You know, maybe math exists for us, but maybe that's not really what it is, you know? Maybe there's something way beyond math. Maybe that's where these advanced civilizations are at. This is why they're able to bend space, time, and travel, or what have you.
That's true, man.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
I think you should invite the flat Earth people in the chat window and the NASA conspiracy people onto the Hangouts. Why? This is boring. Let's get some nutcases on here and have some fun. Like, come on, let's get the crazy people on. Let's get them on.
Bastard,
Come on, crazy people. Crazy people.
We're gonna put out
Hangout links in the Hangout links in the chat window.
Well, you know what? Why don't we just shut up and let Sean talk? We can just, hey, dude, we want to listen to crazy people talk. Talking away, dude.
I want new crazy people.
Let's hear your fucking
I want
crazy,
Mr. Trouble.
fucking nonsense, dude.
You know, there are actually people that think airplanes are a government conspiracy. And,
They are a government conspiracy.
And the theory of lift doesn't work, and airplanes are actually all holograms.
Of course they are, dude. There's no theory like that. You're fucking nuts, man.
Airplanes scare the fuck out of me.
Blue beam.
Sean started the fucking conspiracy theory, dude.
I've been on some scary airplanes. They feel like they were gonna fall apart mid-flight.
Fuck yeah, they do,
Some
man.
scary airplanes.
Flights, man. I can relate to that, man. Turbulence is a bitch sometimes too.
Turbulence is for girls.
When your plane drops 1,000 fucking feet, man, just as they serve drinks, dude, it ain't no fucking fun.
I've been there, done that.
We were coming back from a training rotation in Louisiana, flying back on the 4th of July to Fort Lewis, Washington, and we hit some fucking turbulence. Just, you know, the whole battalion was on this plane. It was a commercial plane, you know, chartered, but we hit that fucking pocket and dropped, man. People fucking left their seats and hit the
Feeling.
I mean, it was violent. It was.
I've done that intentionally.
Shit, dude.
Oh, I took a Cessna 150 up one time, and I was doing it's called a fugoid. I was doing the up and down to get 0 G's when I was coming down, and I did one. I kept it in 0 G for like 30 seconds, but I forgot that someone left a big box full of wrenches in the back of the airplane. So I was floating out of my seat, but the wrenches were all floating around in the back, and as soon as I pulled out in the bottom, they all went.
Oh, shit, dude. God.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Hey, Kyle, Anthony has earphones on now, so maybe you could take him off mute because I think he's got it all sorted out now.
All right, buddy. Oh, he can hit mute himself. Just hit mute. Buddy.
Oh, okay. He can undo it himself?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you had a master control.
Oh, he does.
He just has to hit the unmute button. The little microphone. Just click the little microphone.
Dum, dum, dum.
You should see like a red mic. Just click it.
Just tap your screen and it'll pop up.
Yeah, right at the top. Center top.
We lost them.
Button. Fucking.
You hit the red phone.
Hangouts is kind of weird.
He says,
It's very.
does anyone take into account the radiation with flights, or is that not an issue? I feel so bad on a plane, I struggle to breathe at times.
It's really only an issue at higher latitudes, at high up above 30,000 feet. So the closer to the North Pole you get, and the higher you get, the more you can get radiation exposure.
Isn't it technically space after, what is it, 55,000?
Oh, no, way more than that.
Yeah, it's like a fucking. It's like
I
350,000
saw
or
something
something.
Yeah, it's like 300,000 feet. It's space after that.
Yeah. Or no, outer space after that. You know, space and then
Correct.
outer
Is it
space.
the beginning of the troposphere or the ending of the troposphere?
I think that would be the end of the thermosphere.
I know there's something about that mark. I be honest with you, I'm like fucking grabbing at straws. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I know that's like a barrier.
There's some people who say we couldn't have gone to the moon because there's radiation.
There is radiation, but it's it can be dealt with.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Yeah, no, what I always say is that there were people at Nagasaki and Hiroshima who got like almost full direct exposures within half a kilometer of a nuclear detonation, and they lived to be 70. Others died within weeks. So, I mean, the radiation they're getting at that is not nowhere near that intense, so it's not a valid argument.
Headwork says, when I flown from the UK to the Canary Islands, it was from times weird, hard to breathe. You know what? I wonder if that's because the fucking plane you were on was like fucking like losing pressure and shit. Like your gas mask should have came down. And they fucking didn't. Why it was like hard to breathe.
Yeah, it could be just the pressurization on the airplane.
You're telling the story?
Could be anxiety.
You know.
I remember one time I took a flight to Denver, man, and I had kind of a mild cold, and I was flying from here in DC, and my ears were like all stuffed up. Oh my God, I was in total pain until we got to like Ohio, and my ears finally popped.
Oh, fuck, dude, I used to hate that shit when I was a kid, man. Flying on a plane, and my ears hurt like filling up with air. Oh God, that hurt so fucking bad.
When I used to fly around in Cessnas and Pipers, we'd always bring gum. Chew gum; it makes it better. It makes it easier.
Yeah, we've definitely walked on the moon.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually like a 10-minute walk from the Apollo 11 command service module. I walked over to the Air and Space Museum 2 months ago. It was on August 22nd. I think I went over there, and yeah, it's 10 minutes.
That's awesome, dude.
I know.
Over at the Kennedy Space Center earlier this year, I got a shit ton of pictures, man. The fucking space shuttle, everything, like right up close and personal.
Those were holograms and they were paper mache, dude. You weren't really there, dude.
What's that?
I said you weren't really there. Those were paper mache, fucking.
I think there's too many people in the hangout. That's what someone just said. So I'm going to maybe see if maybe someone else, and
I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Boom.
We lost him.
But you've been cutting in and out throughout the.
Yeah. Oh, well, so have you, dude.
Yeah, I think that those headphones with the mic were kind of fucked up. I just took them out now.
Yeah, they kind of suck, dude. I have an actual UFO story. Anyone interested? Yes, absolutely.
Hop on, man.
Why don't you come on and tell us a story, Daniel? See if we can get him on here and tell us his fucking story. And where the fuck is Huge? What happened to Steve-O?
Yeah, it's funny. He's having so much trouble, man.
Oh man, stupid hangouts, dude. Yeah, come on, Daniel, come tell us. Yeah, I want to hear, man. I love hearing other people's UFO stories, dude. You know, they're always fucking interesting, man. I always want to see if there's any that sound like mine or, you know, any other ones I've heard about. Yeah, please go free, dude. Definitely, man.
Is he coming on? Or
I have no idea. Is he coming on? What are you doing, Daniel? Yeah, what the fuck is Snoops, man? What the fuck?
Must be typing.
He's like fucking lost in fucking Android space.
joining random hangouts? You know,
Right, just random people. He's like, hey, is this it? Ah, God, dang it. I'm gonna try the next one.
Give me like
some
3 minutes.
conversation or something like fucking
Yeah, I don't know if these are even working. Hey guys, sorry about the fucking headphones if they're fucking up and shit.
Oh, that's okay, man.
Dude, my headphones were all jacked up.
You know.
Yeah, I think it's time for a new pair, man. These are rugged and worn.
Oh, it's
I
all
was
right.
actually I was shopping microphones on Amazon earlier tonight.
How's it sounding right now? You getting any static?
No, it's a lot better.
All right.
Yeah, dude, get yourself like a blue studio mic, you know.
Yeah,
What about
definitely.
the Rode mic? What's your opinion on Rode?
What kind?
What's your opinion on those Rode mics?
I'm not familiar with them.
No?
No, not for YouTube, man.
Yeah, I was looking into some better equipment today.
Are they
Shit
USB?
can get this, you know?
Are they USB mics?
Yeah, like or a wireless mic or something, you know?
You gotta get a USB mic, man. That's the way to go.
Yeah, I do most of this though with you, like when I'm on the phone, you know. So if I start using the laptop, yeah, but there's not really any USB on this phone, on these phones, so I have to use the regular jack, I guess, you know.
Yeah, see, that sucks, man.
Yeah,
I have one, but no point in telling it because it was around fireworks night. Except fireworks don't do 360 around and a 10 in less than 5 seconds. You know, I've actually seen a lot of UFOs during like 4th of July weekend and shit like that. So feel free to tell it, man. Daniel's gonna be on here in a minute. Looks like he was buying smokes.
He's probably like in the line at 7-Eleven typing into his phone, like,
oh, you know it, dude.
We go all crazy.
You know.
He's waiting for that guy to buy his lotto tickets.
He's like, come on, man. Oh, fuck.
Is he coming on or what?
I have no idea, man. All right, so someone else fucking say something.
I found $20 in the Safeway.
You got $20 in the Safeway? You son of a bitch! Are you serious?
Yeah, I just bought my my 6-pack of DC Brow, and I was heading back to the house, and I see $20 just lying on the floor, and there's some people. There was a lady in front of me. I was like, "Ma'am, did you just drop $20?" She's like, "No, it's not mine." And this other lady was like, "What? You better take it to the office." I was like, I just want to go home. I don't want to go to the office, but she followed me over there. So, and then there's like this big line of people all buying lotto tickets. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about lotto tickets.
Yeah, right.
I want to go home. But yeah, I went up to the office like, did anybody report like if somebody dropped some money? And they were like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, oh, all right then. I gave it a college try.
Going there, I would have been like, that's my $20. Excuse me, ma'am, out of my way.
Yeah, really.
I'm surprised she didn't claim that shit.
Man, you're stepping on my shit. Watch out, bitch.
Yeah, all somebody had to do was say it's mine. I was like, hey, here you go, bro.
What up, Jax?
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah, shit, man. That's fucking cool, dude. Fucking $20 score, man. Now I'll fucking get
Score.
Well, that was it. 3 witnesses, 2 very good mates as well from childhood. We was around astounded, but then we were so freaked out. We looked out into the field, and the place was, we was camping. That's cool. In this place called Milton Keynes, which is literally Illuminati fucking oozing it. That's funny.
Somebody's cat wants their dinner.
Can you hear that cat?
Fucking
Yes.
stupid, man. It's always got a really bad delay.
Kiki hungry. Feed Kiki.
I mean, I got some fucking, I got some like true wireless like Bluetooth, you know, like these little guys, you know. But they suck with Google Hangouts, man.
With the wireless mic?
Oh, Walmart prisons. What the fuck is that all about? That's all about stupid fucking bullshit conspiracy shit for fucking nutters, dude. Don't even worry about that shit, man. It's stupid, dude. That shit's so fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah.
They're not gonna fucking turn prisons or Walmart's into prisons and lock you up, man. Don't worry, dude.
Turn it.
Oh no, that shit ain't gonna happen. You remember when there was a spree of videos coming up on YouTube with people like trying to get footage inside Walmarts and everything? It was like a big surge.
It was fucking hilarious, dude. No, like look, it's a black truck. Look, you know, like fucking dude, it was so fucking whack.
I mean, and everybody had their own twist on this big conspiracy.
Well, they talk about them Walmarts having interconnected tunnels and shit.
Yeah.
all throughout the country, you know. So.
Right.
Yeah, that they were part of the deep underground bases. I mean, like they ranged, from one end of the spectrum all the way to the other. And you had channels like Dabu 77 or whatever.
Oh yeah, dude, he's crazy as shit, man.
This is Dabu 777 or whatever the fuck his name is.
Keep your eyes to the sky.
The earth. Or how about that pastor John Burgley or whatever? Are you serious? Are you serious?
You sound like Hulk Hogan.
Are you serious?
Brother.
Oh my god. He was doing a live stream, man. I got fucking banned off that chat like after my fucking first comment.
If he would have thrown a brother after every sentence.
What's up?
It would have sounded like Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
Yeah, no. Can you hear us?
Hold on, I can't hear shit.
All right, well,
I hear a lot of shit.
Go ahead, tell let's hear your UFO sighting or whatever, man. Your encounter.
Please, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for a story, please. Yeah, I'm all fucking laid up. Come on, I'm ready for a story.
All right. Someone talk. I can't hear shit.
Where's it at?
We read you 5 by 5, sir.
He's hiding in the cellar right now.
Tell us your story, man.
No studio lighting.
Tell us your story, Daniel. And we lost him. Oh, there he is. Can you hear us, brother?
Hold on.
Fucking driving, dude.
He's in the parking lot.
He's breaking all kinds of laws.
Safety first.
Dude.
You buckled up?
He's almost made it.
God, this fucking thing's a mess.
I'm surprised Mark isn't here.
What's up?
I'm surprised Mark and Vern aren't here.
Right? Yeah. What's up, Jax? I didn't even see you, brother. What's up, Jax?
How you doing?
Good, Jax. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Since the crazy shit. Where's your UFO, bro, man? I've yet to see him since he had a little.
Oh yeah, dude. You know,
a little yin yang. I love his ass though. He knows. If you see this fucking broadcast, he fucking knows. But I've yet to see UFO, bro. If he's watching this, I love you, you fucking asshole.
Where's Steve at, dude? Where the fuck is he? Steve can't get on here, man. What the fuck is Daniel doing?
I don't know. I think he went too deep.
Yeah, he had a story to tell, supposedly. Hopefully. Shit. Was he trying to hook up, or what happened?
I have no idea, dude. I think so. I don't know if he had parked or some shit, man. It looked like he was driving, man.
What the fuck is that? Did y'all see that?
No.
I think it's had a spider on my fucking chin. What the fuck was that?
Hey, Kyle, did you post the links to the merchandise in the description?
No, I haven't put out the video yet. But I will be, and I will actually post the links of it in this one right now.
Yeah, post the link again. You know what? Yeah, definitely gonna pick some shit up. Let me see. Actually, I might actually get off here and fucking. I'll be right back. Post the link and let me go grab some shit. That's how you promote some shit. Let me see. Hold on. The fucking. I'm gonna go back to the chats. Post the link. I'm gonna go buy some shit. I want some fucking sweatshirts.
There we go, dude.
It's about to get real.
Hang on 1 second. Here we go.
How's that video on the...
What's that? All right, so I'll post this one. I'll post 2 links, man. Let's see. Here's for this hoodie that I just put up.
How's your Igor?
What's up?
How's your Igor?
I can't hear you, man.
Igor up.
Nope, you're fucking not coming through at all, man.
Here I'm at. This motherfucker now. Finally got on.
What?
Finally got on. My phone was fucked up.
Hey, Daniel, Jesus. All right, now tell us your story because we're all dying to hear it, man. So what happened? And your UFO sighting.
Me?
You hear
Your
me?
UFO sighting. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I was at work. I was up on the rooftop. I do heating and air conditioning. And I looked across. It was like across a valley, maybe like 100 yards or so. I seen 2 balls. They looked like balloons, maybe. And they were metallic. And then all of a sudden, they both lit up. And they shot into the sky like thousands of feet. So I hit the guy next to me, and I said, dude, do you see this shit? He turned, he looked at it, and he's like, well, what the fuck is that? They disappeared. And they reappeared right where they started. And then they shot up in the air again, probably about the same height, and disappeared again. And then came back, and then one went up, and then the other one went up, and then one went up higher, and the other one went up higher, and then they just went out of sight. It was fucked up.
What the fuck? That's a fucking crazy sighting, dude. That's fucking awesome.
And it's not like you could fit a person in them. They weren't that big.
Yeah.
They were probably like maybe like 3 foot, like the diameter of 3 foot.
Yeah, like 3 foot sphere.
Yeah, and they blew up internally. Like
No
there was no clouds, no nothing.
How were you feeling
mistaking
when
it
you saw
for
this?
something else? It was a fucking UFO.
Fuck, that's fucking nuts, dude. What is it, man? Oh, shit. He said it was about 100 feet away.
100 yards.
100 yards.
Damn.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
The guy that I was next to said, he's like, wow, I think it's like the 70s where I was doing lewds and shit. He said he never seen it. It was a UFO. It wasn't a drone. It wasn't a plane. It wasn't a balloon. Not me.
Did you get freaked out?
I tried to take a picture once I got my fucking shit together. And on my other phone, I caught one of them. And the picture looks like it's a perfect circle, but it looks like a cloud. It's the same color as a cloud in a perfect circle. But you know how a phone picture comes out? It looks like it's a mile away.
Yeah.
But I caught one of them with a picture.
Was the density similar to a cloud?
Say it again.
Was the density similar to a cloud, or was it different?
When I first saw it, I really thought they were both like helium balloons. That's what I thought it was at first. And then they
got
they started
pictures?
glowing. And they got brighter and brighter and brighter until like it took off. Like they shot up into the air.
Like with a quickness?
Like impossible kind of quickness.
That's something similar to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
Yeah, that's something similar to when I was telling you about my mother and father. Their UFO experience with the two balls that flew into the ground.
Yeah.
That's similar to that. They says it was about, you know what I mean? They were beach ball sized, maybe a bit bigger.
Yeah, it's
Bit
kind of about
metallic.
the size that
These were like
they were.
light, yeah, like two lights behind them. But they shot into the ground rather than shooting up in the air.
When I first seen them, they were about like 50 feet in the air because I was on a 3-story building and they were a little above.
Cool.
I mean, I always was into UFOs, but that confirmed it for me, man.
When was it?
So it was opaque.
You couldn't see through them.
When did this take place?
What's that?
When did this
So like
happen?
no transparency, a
Was that
solid
last year?
object took
When?
off straight up at speed.
But when was it?
Where? It was in Livingston, New Jersey.
No, when?
It was like springtime. Last year.
Last year? Oh, no
Yeah.
shit, dude. Oh, that's
You
fucking
said you
bad.
got pictures?
On my other phone, I have one picture that came out. I got to dig it up. But
Oh, dude, you have to send it to me, man.
yeah, well,
definitely.
it doesn't do it any justice. Like I said, it
Yeah.
looks like in a clear blue sky, you just see, a small circle that it's almost the same color as like a cloud, but it's a perfect circle.
Oh, that's cool, dude. Yeah, you definitely got to send it to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you always say, like, why don't people just take pictures or, but when you're watching it, you're just like infatuated with watching it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man.
Hesitating, you know what I mean? They end up hesitating and they're like, what is it? And they hesitate, and by the time they get their camera out or their phone out or whatever and they get on it, it's over, you know what I mean? Or any like possibility of a good shot is gone.
Yeah,
That's
I'd
what
say the
I'm
whole
asking.
experience was like 30 seconds, maybe.
How did
Yeah.
you feel when you were watching?
Which is a
it?
long time, kind of, when you're sitting there looking at something. But
There's the link for Teespring, dude, for the sweaters. Let me get the one for the.
Because you're processing so much information, you're trying to analyze what it is, and then confirm your analysis. You know what I mean? There's a lot
Your mic keeps cutting out, Sergeant Shill.
What's that?
Like, it keeps going out, dude.
I was just happy I
Fucking
had a
sucks,
witness
man.
right next to me, too.
Yeah, see, that fucking makes a huge difference, dude. Especially, like, it makes a difference on, your believability, your whole psyche and everything. You have someone there with you,
Yeah, because you people are probably the only ones to believe my story.
Exactly. So it's hard to find people to tell, man,
I told
Absolutely.
everyone. Everyone just looks at you like, yeah, okay, whatever.
You're fucking crazy, yeah.
You know the feeling.
Exactly.
And then I show them a picture, and they're still like, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's you want to tell everyone, but no
Exactly. It's like, and I just assumed that my first encounters that I'm like, okay, I guess the whole world knows that UFOs exist now, but apparently they didn't. It just seemed like, okay, I guess everyone's gonna know now. If I know, I'm like, it's like, I guess it's gonna just be exposed to everyone, And fuck, no, it wasn't, dude. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That people think you're fucking crazy.
It's funny how many people or some people will say, "Oh, I believe you." Like, well, why the hell would I make it up? Like, what kind of lame ass shit is that to make up?
Exactly, dude.
Yeah, most people try and find some rational reason
you get a
for
lot
it,
of that
rather than yeah.
You know?
But,
They tell you what it is. Oh, it was a drone, or it was this, it was that. It's like, no, it wasn't.
Weather balloon.
Okay, so my video is done, so I'm gonna go and get this thing posted. So I'm actually gonna get off of here, and but remember, you guys, I will be doing these lives every day, once at 11 Pacific time and once at 8 p.m. Pacific time. All right, so everyone, mark your fucking calendars or whatever you got to do, so you guys can come back and join me and do this live broadcast.
What's the actual, what time have you got now? What's your time now?
All right, my time now is 9:25, man.
Right, okay.
3 hours
Right,
difference.
4 hours. 4 hours above me, okay.
So, and don't forget to go and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell on my homepage so you guys can get notifications of when we're going live, just in case you don't ever want to fucking remember the schedule, whatever. Dude, make sure you do that, and definitely hit the like button and share this shit around, whatever, fuck everything else. And the Teespring link, I'll post it again one more time. Go pick up this UFO proof shit before it's fucking gone. It's got 2 days left on this campaign. So boom. Hope this guys get up. I'm fucking out of here, you guys. I'm gonna go post this video and make sure you guys keep your eye out for it. All right, you guys. I'm out of here, man.
Later.
All right, UFO proof out. Later, you guys.
See you later, Kyle.